everyone, we're talking Saint Laurent today. So there were 4 new quads released over the last month or so here in the United States. They were in other parts of the world before it came to the United States. And I picked up all 4 shades, all 4 quads. They supposedly are a different formula than the formula that existed before. I have looked at the ingredients on the back of the packaging. The ingredients look to be the same. The formula feels very similar, if not the same. So I'm not exactly sure what changed. I thought maybe they took the talc out. There's still talc in here. Not in all of the shades, but in some of them. So I'm really not sure what the difference is. Anyway, I will hold up a packaging, back of the packaging, so you can read it. This is for number 800. Each one is slightly different. It's really hard to see because of the way that the writing is. It's like on black on gold. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to see that. I'll do a screenshot of it and put that up instead. But again, it has the same ingredients. There's talc in some of them. There are different types of oils in here. There's a coffee seed oil. There's an almond oil. They were in there before. They're in here now. There's mica in some of the shades. Again, it looks to be the same. So I'm not absolutely sure what changed. They are still called the Couture Mini Clutches. And again, there are 4 shades. 700, 710, 800, and 810. 700 is called Over Noir. Then we have 710, which is Over Brune. We then have 800, which is Over Doré, which is a little broken, so. Then we have 810, which is Over Orange, which is Over Orange. I recently posted on Instagram asking you guys which ones you wanted to see first, and interestingly, the ones that you indicated you were most interested in was 700, and then this one, which is 710. These are the 2 cooler quads. So I think it's interesting. I think there's been a little bit of a shift to a cooler themed makeup look and a fashion look too. I've seen a lot of blue, a lot of like minty green, less warm shades being popular on the runway and in stores. So it'll be interesting to see if that follows with the fall trends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on one eye, one on the other, so you can see how they look on the eye. I'm not going to do a tutorial or anything. So you can see how they look. And then once they're on the eye, I'll talk to you about the formula, the price points, all that good stuff. And if I really think that anything has changed. Okay, both of them are on the eye. So this one is 700. This is the one that you all seemed like most interested in. This is Over Noir. This one is 710, which is Over Brune. I tried to do a very similar look on each eye, similar design element. What I did is I took the matte shade here, it's creamy matte, put that all over the eye, used this as an outer line. You can see I made like an accentuated, exaggerated line, cat eye, whatever you want to call it, blended with the deep gray on the outer corner, and then took the sparkly shade and put it all over. Yeah, so it's a very dramatic look because you're going to get that extra dramatic nature by the outline on the outside. Now I did the exact same thing with the Over Brune. This is all over the eye, this is the liner, this is blended into that liner, and then this is all over the eye. But I think you can see that the Over Noir, just by its nature, it's a deeper color set, it's a deeper, the black in there and the gray in there are deeper than this deepest brown and this sort of like it's like a bronze color are. So you're going to get a little bit more drama with the 700 and the 710, but quite honestly, they both can be very dramatic. They both can also be very subtle, very subdued. They give you the opportunity to do that. I don't notice a huge difference between the formula in here and the ones before. It seems very, very similar to me, if not exactly the same. The only thing that I will say is in the 700, the sparkly shade, this one here, it is more like glittery, like wet glittery, whereas the one in 710 seems more like a shimmer. Can you see what I mean? This one looks like more like a shimmer, and this looks more like glitter. They're not glitter and shimmer. They both have a very similar feel to them, but I would say that the silver feels a little more piecey than the one in 710. So I think what it is I think some of them do have a little bit of a difference in the formulas, but I think that was true with the ones that came before. So again, the formula may be different. It's entirely possible, but looking at the ingredients, I don't see a drastic difference on the ingredients, and on the eye, they seem they seem the same to me. Let's see how it wears. Let's see what happens. But I can tell you right now, they look beautiful. They look really stunning. They're very smooth, very soft. Went on the eye beautifully, very easy to use. This one, this is 800, yeah. You can see it broke in transit, this one here, which happened to some of the other ones in the Yves Saint Laurent Mini Couture, because that shimmer shade is so incredibly soft. The same is true with these. Like, they're just very, very soft. So, you know, that is an issue. I talked about it when I talked about the new Chanel blushes for the Jardin Imaginaire collection, how I feel like there's almost like an overspray on it, which I rub off, and then I feel like the pigment's there, but they don't break in transit, whereas these feel very soft to the touch the minute you get them, yet they break in transit. So again, that could just all be in my head, guys. I have no factual proof of any of that. But it is something to be aware of. They are so soft that they do seem to break up a little bit. But I just pushed it back in the pan and it works just fine. I love this formula. I love the formula that the Mini Coutures I have since they came out, which was like a year ago, 2 years ago. They're very soft. They blend beautifully. They can be dramatic or subtle the way that they're, created. This is a very cool grayish tone. This is a very cool brownish tone. 700, 710. So both are good basics, I would say. If you're interested in something warmer tone, more of a gold, I would go with the 800. And if you love orange, or if you're looking for an orange color story, then 810, which is over orange. I'm going to actually try that one out because I think that will look really good with blue eyes. The gold will as well. So again, it depends on what color story you're interested in. These are available in the United States. They're available overseas. I think they're a great price point for what they are. Yves Saint Laurent has been more reasonable in their pricing compared to some other designers who have gone into the beauty market. I think, for what you're getting, I think it's a really good product. None of these color stories are super unique. Although I would say that this orange, you don't see that pop up too often. It's a little bit more unusual. But anyway, I think these are all good, really good neutrals. You probably have a lot of this color story already, just to be frank. However, the formulas and the way they're curated, I think, are great. So for example, 700, although I know I have a black like this and a gray like this and probably even a sparkly shade, this shade here is really good neutral and almost like a nude for my skin tone. That worked really well as a base to put the silver and the gray and the black over. You could also just go with it just by itself and really not do much with it at all other than, keep it a good neutral for your eye. A lot of times I hear from people who are like, well, I don't do a lot of makeup, but I want something that makes me look crisper, more professional, or just more pulled together. Taking a shade like that, or any shade that is a good neutral for your skin tone, and putting it on your eye can actually make a huge difference because it covers up veins in your eyelids, it covers up imperfections. Put on a little bit of black liner or brown liner and some mascara, and it's going to elevate your look immediately. So something like that is a great, I think all of these sets have a shade like that in it that you could use as kind of a one and done, and then bring that quad with you and you can dress it up if you need to. So I really like these. I continue to say that the mini couture clutches are an excellent product. Drawbacks is they are soft, so they do seem to have the possibility of breaking in transit. Price point is good in my opinion for, you know, this level. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is really nicely done. Excellent for a designer. Yeah, I really don't have any, you know, negatives for any of this, except to say that I don't think these are drastically unusual or very different from the ones that have come before. But again, good neutrals are what sells. Let's be honest, guys. If they didn't, companies wouldn't keep introducing them. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you're picking these up or if you already picked them up, and what your thoughts on whether the formula has changed at all. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon.